The basic component is this gray water storage tank. What happens after you've taken a bath or a shower, if you can capture the shower water in your bathtub, you pump it up by means either of this foot pump here. Of course, there's another hose coming out here, connecting the pump to the actual bathtub. But when you're done with your bath, you pump it up into this gray water storage tank. The check valve on top allows air to escape when you're pumping in. You then turn this valve, this two-way valve, to the gurgle mode. I'll explain why we call it the gurgle mode in just a minute. What that does is create a system from the storage tank curving down, and there's a hose that stops about here. And when the toilet tank is flushed, and only when it is flushed, and the water level drops below the end of that hose, does water, gray water, escape from this tank into the toilet tank, filling it, and cutting down the fresh water that you need to flush your toilet. You turn your freshwater valve down, but not all the way off, so that when you're out of gray water, the toilet tank fills in a normal fashion. But anyway, the gurgle valve system can't go wrong. It's a natural valve. That's why we like it. The overall structure is supported by two chrome-plated jacks at the bottom and secured to the wall at the top by a bracket. It actually goes with toggle bolts into the wall. There's no grate, it's not difficult to do. What I want to do now is show you the gurgle effect with an actual EcoFlush at work. What you're looking at now is the hose as it extends into the tub after you've taken a bath or shower. At the end is a little easily cleanable filter that catches any hair and any particulate matter before you pump it up into the storage tank. What I want to show you now is actually how the pump works. This is the wall-mounted version of the pump. It also comes in a foot model that you place on the floor. But it's actually, they're both self-priming and actually fairly pleasant to operate. It's a gentle pulling action. Perhaps you can see the water going up in the storage tank. And a full tub for us, which is about 20 gallons, which fills this tank, might take 3 to 5 minutes to pump up. But we resisted electrifying it. We think that would be a waste of energy, plus the exercise is good for a person. After you've pumped the water up, you turn this two-way valve into the gurgle mode. And I'll explain how that works. We use the gurgle principle. What that means is that when you turn the valve into the gurgle mode, you're creating this giant gerbil watering device, or bird watering device, where water is going to gurgle from the storage tank through here when and only when the water level in the toilet tank drops and the end of this hose is exposed. That allows gray water to gurgle into this tank. Now remember, you can decide how much of a mix of gray water versus fresh water you want. You turn the fresh water valve down, but not all the way off, so that even when this tank is empty, the toilet will fill in a normal fashion. You can adjust the amount of gray water that you have per toilet tank by how far up this hose end is above the water. If you want more gray water per flush, you raise it. If you want less, you lower it. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is flush the toilet. Toilet tank water will drop, and you will hear the actual gurgle effect, and you will see the turbulence, and you'll be able to understand then how the water gurgles into the toilet tank. Remember, this does not change the flushing characteristics of the toilet at all. If you have a 6-liter toilet, it'll just fill that 6-liter toilet tank. Nor will it change any of the flushing characteristics, how the toilet actually flushes.